Hey guys, what's going on? This is Travis P11. I want to welcome you back to the channel. Well, today guys, we're taking a look at the Tactical SBA3 pistol stabilizing brace. And if you're not familiar with these devices, this is a way to add more stability to your AR-15 or AK-47 pistol style firearm. It also can work with a multitude of other firearms depending on your application. I will be mounting this on an AR-15 pistol. I've got a 300 blackout Bear Creek Arsenal upper with the Palmetto State Armory pistol lower. And I'll show you what it looks like before and after. Now, I'm not actually going to show you the process of how to mount it. There's a lot of videos that show you how to do that, and SB Tactical has a great one, but we'll just give you kind of a general overview of this device, what it is, how it works, what you need to know about it, and so on. I'll be doing a range test with it eventually, but I just want to show you what you're going to get. I did pay $118.82 delivered from Optics Planet to get this. I believe I had like maybe a 10% off coupon that they had around April Fool's Day, and you can get it in flat dark earth or black. So real quick, let's just kind of take you through the general specifications of this device so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into when you pick one up. It does feature a minimalist design. It is 5-position adjustable. Main thing to remember here is that you're not putting a stock on your firearm. Okay, it's a stabilizing brace. The intention is that for it to not be shouldered while you're using the firearm. Now, what you decide to do with it, okay, that's completely up to you. You know, there's always a lot of confusion about ATF rules and laws, and every time I post videos like this, people say, well, the ATF says it's okay. Look at the rules, look at what they say, you make your best interpretation on it, you call them if you have questions, and we'll go from there. Includes a 70-75 mil-spec carbine receiver extension, QD sling socket, ATF compliant, US veteran design, and proudly made in the USA. And you get yourself the brace, the mil-spec carbine receiver extension, and an adjustable nylon strap. Cavity depth is 6 inches. The length will go from 6.1 inches to 9.5 inches. The strap width is 1 inch. The weight is 6.75 ounces. And the width max is 1.8 inches. One thing about this, one thing I like about it, and we can measure this and test it and make sure, there's a recommendation that I've seen, and I don't know if this is really law or not, but what I've seen or what's been recommended is you don't let the rear of your stock and the front of your trigger exceed 13.5 inches on your firearm, your pistol that you're mounting this onto. And the reason why if you do that is because it's getting in too much of a comfort zone, according to the ATF, with what has to do with constituting a short barrel rifle and so on. Now again, you follow the rules however you want to. I'm not saying to do it or not. I'm just simply talking about my experience with the confusing world of these pistol, carbines and so on. So anyway, let's go and get the box open and we will go from there. Okay, so I do have some experience with devices like this. I've put several CAC shockwave blades and buffer tubes on my AR-15 pistols in the past. If you've ever watched the channel, you've seen that before. First thing kind of catches me off guard, it's nice. It's already assembled. It's already ready to be installed. You can take this buffer tube out, and then from there you'll be able to mount it. You just got to follow the directions that come with it, and you'll be all set to go. Polymer feels fairly sturdy. Almost maybe a Magpul grade. You know, it's a little bit rough, finishing marks and edges and stuff like that, but that's okay. That's not the whole point behind it. What I really like about this is the ease of adjustability. By simply squeezing, you're able to make your adjustments. Let's get that, there we go. In and out to adjust the length of pull so that it's most comfortable to make the firearm most stable for you, okay? And again, this is I believe it's a proprietary buffer tube. I don't believe that we're just using a standard mil-spec buffer tube, but I could be wrong. But either way, it's designed to not give you that length of pull that's going to exceed some sort of a recommended extension. Again, you got your QD sling mounts, which is nice. Lever's pretty easy to use. Construction's not bad. And then on the back here is where you would take the strap off and you could put this over your forearm and tighten the strap and then hold the firearm. And I can display that for you here in just a minute once we get it mounted to show you what it's going to look like when you actually use it the way it's intended to be used, okay? But otherwise, it's pretty neat. You've got a little plastic cap over the back here. It's not rubberized at all. It doesn't really offer any kind of padding whatsoever, and that's not the intention, right? So anyway, yeah, so this is pretty decent. I'm pretty impressed with it right now. I'm going to go ahead and get this mounted, and we'll show you what the firearm's going to look like before and after, and we will go from there. Okay, so here's the Bear Creek Arsenal 10.5-inch barrel, let's see, 300 blackout upper with a PSA lower. I just have a tube with a little foam pad on the back of it, which is okay, but it doesn't give you a whole lot of stability. In fact, it makes the firearm a little bit hard to use, okay, with just a single hand, if you will. I do have to use both hands on it to manipulate it, but it is totally usable with one hand. Again, we just got these little UTG flip-up sights. It's a nice compact little package, and the little stability brace in the back there is definitely going to help out. All right, let's go ahead and get that mounted, and we'll show you what it looks like as soon as we get done. Okay guys, so here's what the stability brace looks like when it's fully extended out. From the front of the trigger to the rear of the brace, it measures about a foot, just a shade under 12 inches. And it is 3-position adjustable, which is really nice. It does go into a nice compact design. Will definitely add a lot more stability to it. Took about 15 minutes to install it. Make sure you got yourself an armorer's wrench. Now the castle nut on the back of my AR-15 was staked, so I did have to break through that little bit of staking that was there, but it's really not a big deal. So again, 15-20 minutes, you're all set to go, and it's one of those things that's going to make this AR-15 pistol much more enjoyable shoot, much more stable at the range, and so on. So guys, that's it. That's my quick take on the SBA3 SB Tactical brace, and I will get this out to the range and run a few rounds through it. If you're watching this, you might have already seen my little test firing that I did at the range, and it was very uncomfortable and very difficult to manipulate this pistol with just the buffer tube and the padding on the back, but I'm glad that's off. But on the other end, I do have a few spare parts now, which is kind of nice. Okay guys, and to just show you some of the advantages of having this SB brace on versus just using a buffer tube with the brace itself, you know, one thing that's nice is if you cheek weld, it does raise up your cheek and it does put it in line with the sights. It gives you a little more area to more safely maneuver and fire the weapon, which is really nice. Now this is straight from the SIG brace video. If you chest it, if you need to chest the pistol itself, okay, for one-arm firing and stability, not shouldering, okay, but chesting, this is also an option for you too. So you can also make that adjustment so it's much more comfortable if you want to use it. Now as for the strap itself, let's try that real quick and see what it looks like when you mount it and put it on there, and we'll go from there. Okay, and so for the one-handed manipulation, all right, much easier, gives you much more support. You can adjust your grip and not worry about the pistol falling out of your hands at that time. It's much easier to get your sights in the line. You don't have to worry about the weapon falling forward. It does give you that stability on the back. And the strap itself does stretch to go around your arm, so that's something important to take into consideration. Nice. But anyway, that's it guys. I want to thank you for watching. Make sure you like or subscribe. You can check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can also find me on gunchannels.com. Every Thursdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Central Time, we got a podcast called The Caliber Corner. Do make sure you check it out. We do lots of firearms talk every single week, so make sure you check out episodes of that. Otherwise, guys, that's it. I want you to have fun. I want you to be safe, and as you know, we will talk to you soon. All right, guys, take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.